Hey y'all, what's going on YouTube channel? It's Taurus Downey again, y'all, and this is that Go Hard or Go Home channel. Okay, y'all, got a quick shot to the dome today. I'm gonna try to keep this one as short as possible. Shot to the dome. Alright. This video is 1 plus -1 equals 0, and that's real math. That's real math, guys. So y'all can look it up. So how dating down, it can make you go broke. All right. Now, what I'm gonna do in this, I'm gonna go over about 3 points that I got down on my notes right here. All right. I'm gonna talk a little bit about why guys date down. I'm gonna talk about why it don't work, and then I'm gonna talk about a solution. Okay. If you haven't already, make sure you hit subscribe and join the channel. Y'all hit that notification bell so y'all can get videos when they come out. Cause I don't drop videos all day, every day like everybody else. Mine, when I make them, I done sat down and thought about that for a few days. Okay. So yeah, let's get into this, guys. I pulled up the hypergamy chart. Some of y'all have seen this chart in some of my other videos, and I thought that having it out today would help to put some more, I guess, sauce on what I'm about to talk about. So let's get into it. Look, guys, most men date down due to the hypergamy thing, okay, which is what this chart is about. All right. Now, I think that men need to be more selfish in this dynamic. All right. Now, hypergamy is based on men protecting and providing for women. Okay. Now, women have told men that they don't want that anymore, and this right here needs to be accepted by men. The main problem that I think that men have in this issue is that they don't want to accept the fact that women don't want protection and provision anymore. They don't want it. When they did the job thing, they told you this, okay? This conversation that all these guys are trying to have, I'm going to get to talking about Red Pill and MGTOW them in a few minutes. They're trying to have this conversation with the women, but this conversation has been over, guys. It's been over. It's a, where's my A? It's dead. This conversation is dead. We had this conversation years ago when women said that I don't want to be a housewife. I don't want to be, I want to go to work and I want to be like you. And we said, okay. All right. That jump went away then. And these guys are still trying to offer this to women and because they won't accept the fact that women don't want that. They are saying it out loud. Holla if you hear me, y'all. Drop the comments, let me know. They are telling you this. You watch all these videos, you watch the Kevin Samuels, you watch all that junk. They are telling you. They want their own money and then they want a rich dude to spend his money. And that's why I brought up the hypergamy chart today. Because it's showing you that. You look at all these pink lines here, they all try to go up. But if the guys try to go up from the bottom, they get rejected. You already notice how it goes. All right? Well, you're talking about this making a person go broke. Yes, because you keep trying to offer something to somebody that, number one, they don't want. And number two, you're not really in the position to give because society and the way that money works has changed since those times. All right? We're going to get into a quick story of why it can't never work. I'm going to point 2 now. Let me fire up this black real quick. Okay, guys, there's some quick stories on why it can never work, okay? Now, I grew up and I watched older men try this. They tried it back in the day. It failed then. It's going to fail now, all right? Basically, what happened is you got these guys that were taking care of women all their life, all right? And women started saying they didn't want that, all right? But even when they were getting it, what was happening was these guys, they funneled all their money into taking care of the women, and then they got old and died, and the women just, some of them didn't even show up at the funerals. I remember seeing that as a younger guy. And I've seen it as recent as maybe 5 to 10 years ago. Old cat that took care of this woman all his life, blah, 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 blah. He died. The only thing they want is a death certificate so they can try to draw some Social Security benefits. But sometimes they don't even come to the doggone funeral. And if y'all watching this type of stuff, y'all will start seeing what it is. And the guys always go broke. Why? Because you got one. You got one. The one is a positive. Look at this chart right here, okay? They're going up to the guys who have money. They want to go up to the guys who have money. But if he's got money, that means he has to have more than her. So if he's got more than her, that means she's a negative. It can work in reverse too. That's what I say. I don't spend time trying to put women up on game because I don't believe that women care or they want to listen about that stuff anyway. I mean, I learned that from watching the Manosphere and all that other good stuff. And like I said, we're going to talk about them in the next point in the solution. But whoever's going up is the negative on the group. All right? Whoever already has it is the positive. Okay? And this was working the same way when I saw it when these older guys doing it. They had more money, they had everything else, and they would go and be with these women, and then, of course, it's draining the hell out of them because the other person has less. So they can't put in on whatever you're doing. You just got to keep going and keep making it. Now, it was okay back in the day because women were more traditional. Guys were getting what they wanted from women, and women were playing in certain roles. So it didn't really bother them as much, and then it didn't look as bad in some of the cases because, like I said, I've seen cases where the women did that the whole time and then they didn't go to the guy's funeral. And I've seen ones where it's been the whole time and they did and they cared about the guy the whole time. I've seen that too. But the thing of it is that at the end of the day, that woman still wound up broke. Now why? Because it was broke the whole time because they were living off everything he had and she couldn't really put nothing in on it. It didn't work then, and it really can't work now. Because now, with women having jobs and stuff, the economy adjusted to that. It adjusted to a 2-income household. I talked about this in other videos. So you gotta have the 2 incomes. The women are gonna have to start putting in some. We're about to get into that in the next thing. That's why I say guys gotta start being a little bit more selfish. They keep trying to give this thing to women that women have told you that they don't want. All right? And my thing is to go along with what they, okay, you don't want that, then and I won't give you that. Do the dating, have the money to go do what y'all want to do and things like that, and you know, make sure y'all have a good time and you have a good time. But the thing of it is the other thing is kind of really going away, guys. It's kind of really going away. It been went away. I'm just saying men need to go ahead and accept it. Like I just got done saying, that needs to be accepted by men. That is gone. Having said that, let's get into the solution because the solution is men need to put their foot down with women. Okay? They need to put their foot down with women. That junk is gone. You won't be over here with me. What little bit you got to put in on that too. All right? Or you got to do the traditional thing. All right? But not, that's what needs to be said. But not this begging thing that goes on with the Manosphere, Red Pill, MGTOW, okay? Because these guys are begging. These guys are full on their knees begging to women. And I'm going to explain why. I'm going to start with the Manosphere, okay? Their way of doing this is to try to convince women. To try to talk to them about the facts and the statistics and how things would be better off with men and women working together. And women don't care about that. They don't care about statistics. If they cared about statistics, in my video, Cheaper to Leave Her, if women cared about statistics and they knew those statistics, you wouldn't have to have this conversation with them. If you haven't watched any of my videos, or this is your first one, you need to go, based off what I said, go watch the video, Cheaper to Leave Her, and see the statistics in that about women and poverty. If women cared about rules, you wouldn't be having this conversation with them. If they cared about statistics and how things used to work or how things can work better, if they cared about that, you would not be having to have that conversation with them. That's where the Manosphere is failing men. It's not a conversation that needs to be had. That's why I built this channel. Because that conversation needs to stop being over. It needs to be a space for men to come sit down and say, hey, look, that conversation is over now. What are we going to do next? And I'm telling y'all that in the solution now. You're going to have to start being more apes. Girl, that's gone. You either want to be here or you don't. That's how you're going to start really being. All right? Let's talk about how the Red Pill guys have failed in that. They got such a dysfunctional system of trying to have this conversation with women that it can push them into a rage session. And that doesn't work. This group right here also tried to tell women facts and talk about tradition and stuff. But the thing is, though, it's not traditional anymore. And they need to recognize that. This particular group needs to recognize traditional went away. When women said, we don't want protection and provision anymore, traditional went away. It is gone. All right? So at this point, you deal with it how you want to deal with it. And this chart is showing you how guys are dealing with it. They're getting their money, and they're going to the women, and they're dating them and having sex, but no commitment. You see right here, even in the pink one, these women are trying to go up, but they get sex, but no commitment. Here's the blue line. Will some of these top 1% guys go down to the floor level? Will they deal with these bottom level women? Yes, but there's sex and no commitment. No commitment means the woman's not going to get no money. That's what it means. It means she's going to get the dates. And a lot of guys, just like me, I got myself in a certain position. And some guys don't like my position because it's like, well, you're raising the price. I'm not raising the price on shit. I can just take these women and go do what I want to them. Well, I'm going anyway. I'm going over here anyway. Now, I'm sorry that that's better than the place that this other guy can go. But the woman's going to go to the best place. That's just a people thing. All right? It's just a people thing. Just how that works. MGTOW. Let's talk about MGTOW. All right? They also are trying to have this same conversation with women. Like I say, that conversation is dead. It's dead. All right? What you're going to wind up with in any way of having this conversation with these three groups, you're going to wind up with 1 + -1. And you're going to be wind up going broke. Because guess what? You're pandering to the women by sitting there trying to get them to take the protection and the provision when they don't want that. You're giving somebody something that they don't want in exchange for something that they really don't want to give to you. For that. Women have this sexual liberation thing going on now. And y'all better start knowing it. All right? MGTOW fails by trying to have this same conversation with women, but then when they don't get what they want, they do like the guy that used to be on the, y'all don't really play outside no more, but back in the day we used to play outside, and there was always some kid that wasn't good enough for the team, but he owned like a ball or the football or a basketball or something. So he wasn't good enough to get picked, but he would take his ball and go home. And guess what? That didn't even stop the show, guys. It didn't stop the show. We just find another ball and keep playing. And it don't stop the show with women. That's what MGTOW did. We're just going to walk off there and go be by ourselves and live in the woods. Well, okay. They'll just deal with other guys like me. That solves no problem for you. No problem for you guys. These three groups are begging women. And I'm trying to start another group that's not going to beg women. That's what I want to do. All this pay to play, you got to learn all this game. You got to no, this shit right here is showing you, this hypergamy chart is showing you right now. As long as you're above this woman, you can go down. you can date all you want to, sex all you want to, and you don't have to commit. Now, if you choose to, that's on you. But just don't forget that 1 + -1 gonna equal 0. Don't forget that. You handle it how you want to, but don't forget the math. This joke gonna be there. They need to be traditional because in most cases you probably gonna go broke trying to do this with no help. In the end of this, and this is gonna be, I'm finna get ready to get out of here. Like I said, I'm trying to keep it short, and I'm probably already done got to 10, 11 minutes. In the end of this, the solution is that men need to stand united. The group of men that are going to live like this chart is saying need to stand united, and it's happening already. A lot of guys just don't know that. That's why I'm putting together the channel though over the years to start showing these guys this is already happening. You could be a part of this. All you have to do is just worry about your money and get to certain levels, and this right here is going to start happening for you. I can tell you that from experience. I can go to the nicer places in town. I could do the beach trips. I could do this and that. So you're always going to be able to have a woman. This chart is proving it to you. And they are letting this happen. The women let this happen. Look, get sex, no commitment. Yes, sex, no commitment. And you know what? The women don't care. They're going to do whatever it takes to be a part of that lifestyle. That's what's going to happen. In the end part of this, guys, I'm going to say this one last time, and I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Men need to stand united. We will do hypergamy. No problem with doing hypergamy. And we might commit with traditional women. But we won't commit to anybody else because 1 plus -1 is going to equal 0. I'm probably going to wind up going broke trying to support your ass and do all the other junk. So if I'm going to commit, you're going to be traditional. And if they don't, well, just do it the way this chart is saying. Roll on, roll on. One monkey don't stop, no show. All right? 1 plus -1 is going to equal 0, guys. And what I just got done telling y'all in this video is that you can accept that if you want to. And if you get a traditional woman, there's no problem. There's no problem with that. Because if you don't got nothing in the end, at least you had that thing with her. Because guys believe in love and all that stuff like that. I believe in it too. And I believe in a good, togetherness relationship. But what I'm trying to tell guys is that's not really what's going on these days. And you got to be aware of that. That's the only way to do anything about it. Like I say, the solution to this problem of 1 plus -1 equaling 0 is right here on this screen in front of you today. These men are getting sex, they're getting everything they want from women, and they don't have to commit. I get it what I want from women, and I don't have to commit. You don't have to commit. That's one thing that guys need to start understanding. The thing about committing to the going broke, trying to take care of the woman in the protection and provision, if you want to live the old way, that is okay. If the women want to live the old way, then that is okay. But do remember that I told you there were some guys that did this and the women didn't even show up at their funeral. That's what keeps me from doing it. And I want to use my channel to try to promote guys to be better about themselves. Nothing wrong with liking women. Nothing wrong with loving women. That's another problem with other 3 groups. They want to. I'm done with women. I want to go away from women. What for? It's just like I told you, the MGTOW guy. You can take the ball. You can take your ball and go home. It doesn't matter. You're just gonna play with somebody else. Remember that. Y'all drop the comments and y'all let me know what y'all thought about this. Here's the thing I want y'all to take away from this, guys. That +1 plus that -1 is gonna equal 0. That's why these guys in this hypergamy chart and this hypergamous nature of things are doing things the way they are. You could date these women all day because you're probably going to go out anyway. I'm going to go out anyway. I'm going to go to places and have dinner and stuff like that and go do things and enjoy my life anyway. You can take a girl with you and bam, there goes that night. And if she wants to keep doing those things with you, she's going to tap into the hypergamy thing here, and she's going to make sure you keep getting sex because that's the only thing she's got to offer you. Because in this situation, she's going to be the -1 every time. Now, this can work in reverse. You see this with women, and it works in reverse too. I wouldn't even advise for women to do it in reverse. I wouldn't even advise that. But like I said, I don't spend time trying to tell them because I don't think that they care. But as for guys, this is the deal with this one. All right, let's do a quick recap. Remember that women, is most guys gonna date down due to hypergamy. And it's stating that right here on the chart. All right, women seek higher status men. It's stating that right there on the chart. All right, most guys gonna date down because of that. But just because you date down because of that does not mean that you have to suffer. They don't. You can live a good life of doing this, and this chart is proving it. It is proving it. They're going to look for you to be higher status. What you need to do is become a higher status man. All right? Doesn't mean you have to be a CEO of a company. It don't mean you got to make a gajillion, $billion. I'm sick of that crap too. That's another thing that the other 3 groups keep spreading. No. It just means that you got to be better off than the guys at the direct bottom. So basically, all you gotta do is not be walking, not be homeless, and be able to buy a chicken wing plate and a side of fries at Chili's. That's pretty much it. And I think that everybody can doggone do that. Y'all drop the comments and let me know what y'all think. I'm finna get out of here on this because I ain't gonna keep beating this horse. Remember the quick stories I told you. Remember the stories I told you. In most cases, this is gonna work out bad for you. So you might want to start putting yourself on the positive end of it. That's what I want to motivate guys to do. If you haven't already, guys, also join the channel. Make sure you hit that doggone notification button and drop the comments and stuff, because we're gonna be doing this over the years and talking about this stuff, because there's a group of guys in this chart is showing you who can live a life, because I'm doing this. That's why I'm telling the guys doing it. That can live a life of having what they want, doing what they want to do, and pretty much having as much women as they want. Because women, here's a quick thing before I get out of here too. Remember back to high school. The guys that were considered the higher status men they had as many girlfriends as they want. The women fought over them. And you can put yourself in that position. You don't got to stay the other way. All right? So remember the solution. Be more upfront with women. You don't have to be no booty hole about this, guys. Hey, look, I don't do that. Or you don't even have to tell them. You just do it. If they want to go with you somewhere, take them. Go do the junk and let the junk just happen like it's going to happen. And then when they get tired of it, or when they start asking for more, I don't do that. I'm not going to do that. Or I will do that under these circumstances. In most cases, the woman going to fire herself. I'm going to give y'all this one quick thing before I get out of here, because I really got to go. I'm beating a dead horse now. Listen, guys. These women are trying to go up. This is like when you go to your job. All right? You ain't going in there making the rules. You don't go in there and do what they want because you want something from them. Look right here. These women do what those men want because they want something for them. You see why I'm circling this thing right here? I think y'all can see that. They do what these men want because they want something from them. They do what it takes to get it, even if they don't get it. And it's gonna happen up to these levels and stuff too. And these guys right here, even more so understand it. They just come right on down and go talk to some of them. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this stuff. Does it make sense to you? All right, I'm out of here on this one, y'all. Because if I don't, I keep talking. You can go on with this junk all day. You can. But this is Taurus down to y'all. This has been that Go Hard or Go Home channel. And today I'm going hard about the fact that, hey, you better know that positive 1 plus that negative 1 is always going to equal 0. So you got to be knowing this when you out here dealing with these women in the hypergamy. All right? And the best thing is do the best thing for yourself. Keep your money. Make sure you straight. Go to places, do the things you want to do. And if a woman wants to go, she goes. I'm going over here. You want to go? Yes or no? It's just that simple. Y'all drop the comments, get subscribed, hit the notification button. The Cash App is in the bottom if you want to support the channel. And y'all let me know what y'all think. This is Taurus down to y'all, and this has been that Go Hard or Go Home channel. And I'm out of here on this one, y'all. Peace.